Today's video is about something really important. It's how to open your novel. And I'm super excited because I'm going to be pairing my typical writing tips for you today with an exciting giveaway announcement. So definitely be sure to stay tuned and watch through the entire thing so that you can participate in my very first giveaway. Now, I truly believe that the opening pages of your novel are the most important in the entire manuscript. And that is because the opening pages are what is going to determine if the reader is going to get invested in continuing on with the story or if they are going to put it down. And if you are pursuing traditional publishing through a literary agent, then the first 10 pages specifically are typically what a literary agent is going to review along with your query letter, which will determine if they are interested in reading the full manuscript and potentially offering you representation. So with all of that in mind, it is so critical for you to nail the beginning of your novel. So today I'm going to reveal the 3 most effective techniques for opening your novel, and I'm going to pair each one of those techniques with an example from a recently published novel. Now, my examples today are going to be from the contemporary publishing landscape because I think it's really important for you to compare your work against novels that are currently being read and circulated in the industry today, rather than using classic examples that really might not reflect today's book market. If you're currently working on a novel, I recommend subscribing to my channel. Every week I upload a new video, either with writing tips like this one, or with advice on the publishing industry at large and how to go about getting your book traditionally published. So if any of that interests you, I would love to have you around. If you're new to my channel, I am a full-time book editor, and I also worked in the traditional book publishing industry, so that is the perspective that I am bringing with all of my advice. And I am really passionate about sharing all of that information with aspiring authors. As I mentioned earlier, I am going to be conducting my very first giveaway through this video, so make sure to stay tuned all the way through the end where I reveal how you can enter that and win a free critique of your opening pages. So let's dive into the first technique on how to effectively open your novel, and this is with a character detail. Personally, I am a very character-driven reader, meaning that in order for me to get really invested in the story, I need to feel an emotional connection with the main characters of the novel. I'm always looking to relate to them on some level because that's what's going to make me interested in continuing the story and see what happens to them. So there are a few specific ways that you can open your novel with a character detail to really hook the reader in on who they are and what their story is. The first is through an intriguing piece of backstory, something that has happened to them in the past that we're interested to learn more about. Another one would be telling us a little personality trait about them that's maybe unique or quirky, that makes us feel they're someone who's interesting that we want to get to know better. And the last is showing the character doing something interesting, because then the reader will feel compelled to uncover why they are taking that specific action and see how it adds up to the overall story. Now, opening with a character detail is really effective for pretty much any genre, because every type of novel is going to have characters, and a lot of people like me are character-driven readers who are reading a story to connect with that character. So it's a really great bet no matter what type of fiction you're writing, but I would say it is particularly effective in the literary fiction and women's fiction genres, which tend to focus on character development a lot. So now I'm going to read through the beginning of a novel that uses a character detail to hook the reader in really effectively, and see if you know what novel this is before I reveal it at the end. There are 2 kinds of people in the world: those who leave home and those who don't. I'm a proud member of the first category. My wife, Celestial, used to say that I'm a country boy at the core, but I never cared for that designation. This is from An American Marriage by Tayari Jones, if you didn't recognize it, which is a really beautiful work. If you haven't read it, I pretty much recommend it to everyone I know. It completely swept me away the first time I read it. But I love this opening because it really gives us that little tidbit about the character that makes us want to learn more. First, we learn that this narrator has left home, so maybe we are intrigued to learn why they did that and where they went as a result. And then secondly, we learn that they don't like being called a country boy, which is something else that we're interested to learn more about because we want to know why they are grappling with this conflicting sense of identity. So keep in mind with the character detail, it doesn't have to be something crazy. You don't have to give your character something outlandish to do or some kind of crazy personality trait. It can really just be something as simple as them leaving home, them not identifying a certain way, or them identifying a certain way. Because something as small as that can hook the reader's interest to unravel all of the layers to that character. The second way to open your novel effectively is by using really intense stakes. It is so important in those opening pages to ensure that you are giving the reader something to read for. If nothing is really happening in your opening scenes, then the reader is going to likely disengage and put the story down. You must establish a really strong point of tension at the very beginning of your novel. So think about what your main characters have to gain or lose, and think about bringing that to the forefront in your very first pages or first paragraph even. I talk a lot about the importance of establishing tension and suspense and urgency, and how all of those things are interconnected in my video on the secret to a best-selling novel, so I kind of gave away the secret just now. But I would check out that video if you're interested in learning more about establishing intrigue and suspense. Now, opening the novel with intense stakes is especially effective for mystery and thriller novels, or any novel that has a layer of suspense or even crime involved in it. However, I do think that this will work for any genre, just like I said with the previous technique, because every story should have some kind of thing at stake. That said, it's important not to overdo it. I am not talking about opening with an overly violent or gory scene at all, because that can actually turn off some readers. It's really more about having that sense of emotional urgency and the sense that these characters have something to gain or lose from what is going to happen in the plot. So let me show you what I mean through an example of a novel that opens with intense stakes. And again, see if you know which novel this is before I reveal what it is. Lydia is dead, but they don't know this yet. 1977, May 3rd, 6:30 in the morning. No one knows anything but this innocuous fact. Lydia is late for breakfast. This is from Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ng. This is a really great opening. That first line is so simple yet so impactful. Lydia is dead. Now, if anyone is dead in your story, that is an immediate way to intrigue the reader, because of course we are going to wonder the circumstances surrounding that death, and there's already that emotional layer because we are eager to understand the emotional ramifications on that death for the other living characters. So this opening does a really good job of cluing the reader in on that fact, and we are clued in on the fact that no one else knows that she's dead yet. So that just heightens the tension that we feel, because we are under the impression that in the story we are going to see the other characters learning about her death, learning about the circumstances of her death, and we're eager to figure all of that out and watch it happen. The last technique that you can use to open your novel really effectively is through scene setting. Establishing the setting is a really critical component of your opening pages, whether you lead with it in the very first paragraph or not. It's very important for the story to have a sense of place and for your reader to get situated and immersed in that place as soon as possible. Now, if there is something intriguing or unique about your setting, then you can use that to draw the reader in, starting with the very first line. The key here is to make sure that there is something interesting about your setting and that you're not just describing a place that is normal or commonplace, because that can actually do the opposite and make the reader bored in your opening pages, which is the last thing that you want. So make sure that you're describing something that is really intriguing, that makes the reader want to learn more about your setting and the world where your novel is taking place. This technique works especially well for fantasy and sci-fi genres, because typically those novels are taking place in a world that isn't our own, and so we are intrigued to learn more about it, especially in the opening of the novel. However, one big thing to watch out for, especially in those genres, is that you don't dive into too much expository information right at the beginning of your novel, because you do want to make sure that you also kickstart the action of the plot. So immerse the reader in the setting, but don't spend too much time describing the setting. You don't want to have pages and pages of background information on the setting before we really get going with the story. That said, as with the other techniques, this one will work for any novel, especially one that has a strong sense of place, which I think all good novels do have. So let's go into an example. See if you're able to guess this one. The nightclub is a temple devoted to the sacred worship of indulgence. Inside these walls, there is no judgment. You'll find no populists, no protesters, no spoil sports who might ruin the fun. The velvet ropes out front stand sentry against all that. Instead, there are girls in fur and designer silk, swanning and preening like exotic birds, and men with diamonds in their teeth. This is from Pretty Things by Janelle Brown. Admittedly, this one is not taking place in a fantasy or sci-fi realm. However, I really love how the author has set the stage in this opening paragraph, and I think it is such a great example of how you can use scene setting even for a novel that takes place in our regular world. She takes the setting of the nightclub, which is something that the reader will already be familiar with to some degree, but twists it and makes it really intriguing with the way that she describes it, calling it a temple, and discussing the girls who are preening like birds and the men with diamonds in their teeth. You can immediately see the setting, see the people that are occupying the space, and feel immersed in it and want to learn more about what's going to happen there. So if you open your novel with scene setting like this one, see if you can describe the place in a really unexpected way, because that's going to be what intrigues the reader to keep going. Now is the moment that we have all been waiting for, the giveaway details. I have been speaking with some of you on YouTube and off of YouTube, and it's just been so great getting to know all of you and getting to hear about your projects. So I wanted to give back to you and let you know how much I appreciate you through this giveaway. I did a poll to see what type of service that you'd be most interested in seeing as a giveaway, and the vast majority came back saying that an edit of the first 10 pages would be most useful to you, so that is what I have gone with. Now, I'm going to be offering a one-page critique of your novel's first 10 pages. And if you're working on narrative nonfiction, I'm also happy to work on that as well, since the storytelling techniques to fiction are very similar. This is essentially going to look like a shortened version of my editorial assessment service, which is where I lay out what's working in the current draft and what could be improved or strengthened to be made more effective. To enter, there are just 3 simple steps. Number 1 is to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Number 2 is to like this video. And number 3 is to leave me a comment below with 2 items. Number 1, letting me know which of the 3 different openings I went through in today's video most closely aligns with your novel. And 2, let me know what the biggest challenge has been that you faced in the process of writing your novel. Keep in mind, you don't necessarily have to be finished with your novel in order to enter, because we are going to just be working on those first 10 pages. You have until 5 p.m. Pacific time on Sunday, October 3rd to enter the giveaway, and then I will randomly select a winner from the comments below and respond to that comment, prompting you to email me, and then we will go from there. I'll put all of the details in the description below, so please make sure to review those before you enter, and I am so excited to work with one of you. I hope these tips today help you craft a stronger opening for your novel and feel more confident in hooking the reader from the very beginning of your story. I can't wait to read through all of your comments and ultimately select the winner for the giveaway. And if you'd like even more tips on how to strengthen the opening of your novel, check out my video on the most common mistakes that I see writers make in the first 10 pages. And as always, if you found this video helpful, please like this video and subscribe. Also comment so that you can enter the giveaway, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much for watching, and happy writing.